There it is.
Test. 3, 2, 1.
Mic check. Mic check.
Mic checks. All right. Sorry about that, y'all.
What the hell? People watching? Yeah, like 5, 6 people watching.
We just like
this.
literally
We was
just see a
sitting
bunch of
in-
mutes and shit. Just
we was sitting in a red light talking about construction.
We had-
mics have been muted this whole time.
Yo.
Hey, that was a wild. Hey, we had a good conversation too as well.
No, it was a good
Alright.
conversation.
Saying one time I get off, I put you right there. That's what happened.
That's what happened last
You
time.
ain't set me up for success. So I'm sorry, man.
Oh my god.
You set me up for failure. Listen,
I hate to
Pool
see
day.
Hey, AJ, I ignore your call twice till you said something inside here. I appreciate it.
Hey,
All
thank
right.
you. To catch everyone up, so we're kind of grilling Miko right now. He's been with this girl for 4.5, going on 5 years.
And he's not.
It's not really a grill at all. It's not really a grill at all.
They're
I
not-
don't feel
they're
like so
not-
much. I know what I'm gonna do.
They're
this is
okay.
low-key
They're not
rich.
married yet. He wants to be married to her. Miko, you said there is no timeline, right? But
Right.
this is what I would push back on, right?
Okay.
I'm assuming, and Ricky may or may not agree with me here, but we all,
Relationships, don't regret
but
that last year.
but we know biologically that high risk pregnancy starts at 35.
What?
What based off of what study?
Nigga, that's just That's
High risk pregnancy
Off of
starts in
what
10th grade.
study?
No, nigga. Women's high risk pregnancy, their ability to carry children diminishes after 35. Don't do that.
That's
No,
that's
as far as the science right there.
That's the science of the matter.
In that light, he's right.
That women have a biological clock.
Yes,
that
they
is
do.
Men do not.
Yes.
We can produce children at 80.
70.
70, 80 years
don't
old.
Matter. No, you
I
got
better
It
not.
don't matter,
I better
right?
not.
Women have a limited amount of eggs. They have a limited fertility window,
And
their eggs go to about 42, 43, but their risk of birth
risk of-
defects,
all that stuff.
miscarriages, all that stuff starts at 35.
What's
right?
the
Actually, it starts
percentage
with
rate? Yes,
14.
it does. I mean, of course
And-
it
and
does.
it-
But
and
what
it's-
percentage? At what percentage?
No. It's a diminishing clip. It's not an instant clip at 35. They can't have babies, right? But we start to have this sort of. You start to see this sort of down slope that trends down between
stop.
35 and 40, right? So
I'm done.
what I would say to you,
We got
you're
one more in the tank.
you don't have a clock, but the woman you love very much does. So if you want to have do you want to have children?
Absolutely.
Right?
We both have.
You both want to have children, right? So if you look, the risk of birth defects, the risk of autism, all this stuff goes up.
They go up.
After 35, 36. This is just OBGYN. This ain't me. Don't shoot the
Right.
messenger. This is just
So
my.
like I mean,
No. I've read
So,
those studies as
yeah,
well.
right.
So
So
what we're saying
those
is-
margins of
Yeah.
defects,
Yeah.
like
They-
it's
they-
a small 1.5 to 2%.
Yeah.
Of that happening to women over the age of 35.
Yeah, but as it goes up, the margins get bigger and bigger between 35 and by the time you
Increments
get
of a
incrementally.
So-
All right, hold on a
before
second.
40.
I think we hit that point home right now.
can I say something real quick?
Please
though?
go ahead.
So I mean, you're saying all the percentages. It's all about. So we're gonna go back to the culture aspect of this thing. So
Okay.
a woman with no kids, in my opinion, from friends, when they hit 28, 29, 30 sometimes, actually that's like 30s. Like they ain't got no kids. Like when you going, and they get hit with that.
That's
Time.
That's not culture, bro. That's us knowing our biology.
But we need to break that down, though.
No, and
because there's so
I
much
mean, us
pressure
knowing our-
to a younger generation, like not younger generation, but like people
I
our
wouldn't
age,
call that. Like
people our age that are doing well for themselves and are trying to
that
be
comes
successful
from
for themselves.
generations before us having kids at 14.
No, but again, that's
Hold
what
on
you're
a second.
what you're
That's
doing.
something
What you're
totally
doing.
different.
What you're doing is ignoring the
That-
biological
I see that
realities that things drop. That women do have a timeline.
They do.
We know that, and if we know
Based
that
off of what?
based off they have a limited amount of
As you get
they have a
older,
limited
you have a-
fertility window.
It's called high risk
The
pregnancy
age-
when you get to a certain age.
Yeah, I mean the risk
You're
of
literally high risk pregnancy at a certain age.
the risk of your child having Down syndrome after 40 is like 10%.
That's
A
pretty
1
high.
in 10.
Scary.
That's
high.
scary. Do you understand what we're saying? Like I'm not trying to be rude here, but it's not misogyny and it's not social structuring or social conditioning. It's biological evolution as to how we are built and how
Hold
we
on
are
a second,
made.
AJ. Fact check that yourself. Take a look at the science.
Yeah, that's what I'm kind of getting at. Like, I'm not saying that you're wrong, but I would like
No,
to do that
so
research
let's
myself.
get back
But-
to the focus here.
but-
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm
So-
not going into science. I'm just saying, like,
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
impressed
Listen,
by
I want to
kids at
ask a
certain
question. How far? First of all, Miko, how much
Yes.
do you want to talk about this?
I
kinda
mean,
on
look,
Nico's
this
head
is
right now.
all about an educational platform to talk about. I mean,
but-
look,
Okay.
we're talking
Okay.
about love in all spectrums of where we're at with our relationships. All right,
Okay.
from long-term relationships to marriage.
Right.
Right. I am all for that.
Yeah.
You know, and in my aspect, it's a two-way street when it comes to the man and the woman or whoever decides on what they want to do with marriage. Right.
Yeah.
We still have her and I still have things to look at when it comes to where we see eye to eye on in terms of marriage, kids, moving, where the money is, family. That's still things that we are looking at between each other to make that determination, or for me to make that leap and saying I do or you do, exact like that stuff. You know?
Okay. So let me put myself in this whole conversation too as well.
Okay.
So earlier we didn't have the obviously AJ shot to you with the mics. Let me go back to saying why I should have went further in saying, which is fine now because all that was really recorded, but we can say this now. Met Jenny, August 2011. Got married November 2011. There were certain qualities that I saw in her from then that say, you know what, that can be fantastic in a wife. Especially as time goes on, and I made sure that we had conversations too. So we had a lot of, and this is me at 23 and her like at 19, 20, having these conversations. And the thing is that I saw a little bit there, enough there that I took a leap of faith. Like I didn't have, and a lot of things I do is like how I move about. A lot of things do is off of feel. Like even this podcast, like when I meet certain people, it's off of feel. It's worked out. I would say about 95% of the time when it comes to this podcast has been an instance where it hasn't quite worked itself out, which is fine too as well. But a lot of things I do is just off of natural feeling. Like I'm not too number crunch analytical when it comes to a lot of things.
Yeah.
So I want to ask you this though. Like gut feeling is how I do a lot of things. What does your gut tell you?
My gut tells me I'm marrying this woman,
Okay.
but
Yeah.
a lot of the times that a lot of people make these decisions off of gut feelings, unfortunately, it does not work in their favor.
Are you like other people?
I don't think- I
it
don't-
is by chance.
Marriage is not analytical.
It's not
all a
no, no,
it's
you're-
always
I
a-
agree.
It's always a gut feeling.
I agree with
Even
that.
then, when I got married, it was a gut feeling.
Okay.
And though I was 22, 3 years old, I mean, it went very well for a very long time. But the fact is, it wasn't that the marriage was bad. It was I was
How do I
young.
share the screen?
We were young.
Okay.
And we grew up.
Maximize
So like
this
when you got that gut feeling in your 30s, you've learned so much in your time. I believe you will I think anybody who gets married, who gets that gut feeling,
Go back
who
to
looks at all things, it will last.
The
And
most,
then I want to say something as
go to
this
the
because
screen.
like
Yeah, full
everybody's
screen.
like focused on
Okay, that
you
shares?
being on.
3 button.
It's they're focused on you trying to
not that
about
one.
this woman
That's
that
the
woman
three
you've been with 4 years.
No. The
I've been
single.
I've been single,
No,
on and
that
off
three button
for
keyboard.
you
On the
know
right side of the keyboard.
in my 30s. The time you've been in a committed relationship.
Highlight OBS the icon.
I've met a lot of women in this age bracket, and you have not.
Hit the 3 button.
And I have
And show up.
a decent representation
button.
about what women
Alright,
in
go back
their
and show up.
life want in that moment. Because like I date
go back to the
my
screen.
age, a little below, a little above,
Highlight OBS.
and they're going to tell you. I mean, not even tell you, but like some of them come straight up and be like,
All right, go back to OBS.
"The next year, I'm gonna marry, I'm gonna have
Number 2.
kids." I don't accept that, Will.
Hit number
I don't
2.
want to. I don't want. That should not be your goal.
Okay.
Like, get to know me first
right.
before you say that. But there's a lot of women in the DMV and other places that will tell you that's what they want and that's how they want to move. That's where they want to be.
Let's go with number 2.
And
Let's go
like
with
that's an
number
instant turn off for me. Like, can we vibe and figure it out? And fall in love naturally. But like women from my experience, women between the age of, well, I ain't gonna say that, I ain't gonna say in between. Women 30 something and over are straight like, I got this clock, got this biological clock. I want to push out another kid. Like if they are interested in having children or getting married, actually it's more the children thing. If they're interested in having children, like when 31 hits, they're on a clock and they want to make this happen.
So
And this is what, because Austin said I'm throwing out nonsensical numbers. Austin, you can look at this, bro. Like, this is the prevalence of Down syndrome
What's
rates.
the website?
This is from the CDC, bro. You can look at
The same people that tell us how to
CDC.gov.
hang.
All right. If you got the COVID vaccine, don't say nothing about the CDC. All right. Anyway. So, but
Are
listen,
you out here raw dogging air?
yeah, but what I'm saying is, you can see that this is what we're talking about when we're talking about high risk pregnancy. We're not just talking about a woman losing her eggs. We're talking about
No, it's high risk pregnancy altogether.
We're talking about diminishing rates of potential issues that may
AJ
come in
plays
contact.
villain though. I can't believe y'all did all that for AJ. I would have dismissed him and moved on. I love you, AJ, but that's what I would have done with you.
I love him too. I'm just letting him know.
So
Like,
wait, go back.
yeah. So sorry. Go ahead. Let me. Sorry.
What do you say?
So that's So at the age of 40, or looks like
This is prevalence per 10,000 births, per 10,000 live births, right?
so 120 at the highest at the age of 40
yeah.
per 10,000 births.
Yeah, per 10,000 births.
That's 0.012%.
It's. Do you want to put your child at risk of that?
No one wants to.
Nobody wants to, but I mean that's a very low number compared.
Do you want to put your? That's what
I
I'm
mean,
saying.
but
That's like just saying like, yo,
you
it's dangerous to get the COVID vaccine.
You don't understand. You understand. There's people in the world that don't matter what their child come out as. They're gonna raise. They're gonna raise.
People are gonna raise their child regardless. But would you rather have your child be healthy and happy, or would you rather have your child have a serious condition?
Everyone.
Thank you.
Everyone
Don't
does.
No,
that
of
to
course
me.
not. But I mean, that's not a matter of age.
And-
I mean, again, this is like looking at this is the
Yeah.
amount of people that will not take the COVID vaccine
Yeah, but this
because
is
of fear of that.
but
Nah, it's actually way
Anyway.
more when it comes to that.
Yeah. Anyway,
But we talking about love right now.
but
All
what,
right,
but what we're talking about,
I'm trying
right?
to see what Austin trying to say. He talking shit.
it's-
Number two.
He a troll. He a troll for real. Nah, but what I'm saying is we have to recognize this. And so when you say there's no clock on you, right? But there's
no.
a clock.
I'm not going to discount the fact that there is a clock involved.
Okay.
However, understanding the science of how
Yeah.
fertility works and whatnot, it's not as detrimental as the masses think it is. You know what I mean?
I think it is. I
Hold
think
a second. If we can ask. I think we hit the science pretty well.
Thank you.
What are the issues that you have? What
Mm-hmm.
are the things you need to see, if you mind answering, that you like to see?
Aside from
your issues taken care of in order to pop that question.
aside from the whole children aspect of it and wanting to have kids, because I definitely want kids.
Does she want kids?
Like I want kids more from our perspective. Between her and I want kids more than she does.
Does she want a kid, or she wants maybe 1, 2? You want like 3, 4? Like, what are you talking about here?
Yeah.
I mean, 2 to 3 is not bad.
Okay.
Y'all talk about how many y'all want
Like 2
together
and a
though?
possible. Okay.
2 and a possible, yeah.
Y'all,
I mean,
y'all agreed on
Might
that.
as well go board.
Y'all agree on that?
yes, we do agree on it.
Two,
But like,
2 and a possible?
'Cause I can go back and forth with you about what you're asking and what I went, because I did this whole gauntlet with my ex in years ago.
Yeah.
So like if
you want 2 or
I
3.
said 2, she said 5. I said I'll settle on 3.
but I mean, look. At the end of the day, she's carrying the kids. All right.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. I'm not going to like push. Yo, we need to have these kids right now. Like I'm not going to do that to her.
I mean, but you're in the opposite. You're on the opposite end of the spectrum. You want less than she. No, you want more than.
I want
she.
more than she does.
Yeah.
How many you want?
And it's my trouble with that is like
Does she
all
just
that-
want one?
it's one day, none the other day, 2 one day.
So like, and you never.
I can see why you be. I can see why you be a little.
Hey, Ricky Dev. No one knows how many kids they want until they have the first one.
I think that's fair.
Well, but thing is that. Well, hold a second though. What did you say then? Say that one more time.
No one knows how many kids they truly want until they have the first one.
But the first one, what you're telling us is that 2 one day, 0
Zero
the other
next.
day,
Yeah.
1 the next day, or that it's all things
there are
just
things.
pop up.
There are things within her experience with, external factors that happened that make her feel the way about kids. Mm-hmm. And I completely see where she's coming from with that, but I'm just like, yo, this is not them. This is us.
Yeah.
Yes.
You see
That's
what I'm
fair.
saying?
That's
so
good.
like,
We gotta-
and like, I mean,
we gotta-
everybody's different.
Exactly.
So, like,
And
everybody's
everybody's different and nobody's us.
Yeah, my thing is, if I can financially support these children, I love being a dad.
This thing about to be Nick Cannon.
No.
He said, I can financially support him. It don't matter.
In at the beginning, I wanted one baby mother or one wife with kids. At this point, that's not gonna happen. So, As many.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go through the gauntlet. So if I meet somebody else and we make babies, we'll go until
So you try to make some more babies?
I ain't cut my balls off yet.
All right.
I told Jenny.
Okay.
I told
He done. You done, right?
19
Rick-
kids counting.
I told Jenny to say, look, if I was a millionaire, I said I probably want about 4 or 5.
You'll be one day.
Yeah, I mean, actually, that's
No, that's gonna happen.
That's
No, if I was really like
I
right
could see
now,
that. I
I'd
could
like
definitely
4 or
see
5.
that.
yeah. If I had that
I could
bag,
definitely see
if
that.
I had that bag, I would too. Wait,
Yeah. Andy went from one baby moms to future.
Ah.
Hey, that red button should be the top red one.
Sensational.
oh my god.
What the hell is that?
Sensation.
Sensational.
So I knew
future,
AJ.
baby.
I knew AJ been coming after me when he called me my government name like that.
Anthony.
You never called me that.
Oh my god.
Now-
But, I
So
mean,
I want to get off you too as well.
Yeah,
This ain't whole thing
let's
about
get him off
attacking
him.
you and going.
no,
from there.
no. It's not an attack at all.
Yeah.
I know where I stand on how her and I move forward.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I will ask you a hard question, but I feel like I should ask it off the pod.
Yeah, you probably should.
I think this is more appropriate for the seasides, and then we have one of those.
Yes. This
The
is
seasides is
Not the
when
C-section,
we
the
don't
seaside.
go live on the seasides.
That seasides, we never go live.
We
That's a
just
seaside
cut the appropriate material and put it in
the seaside.
B side, we go a little more raw. We take the condom off, but the seasides, that's
we got to the
Sensational.
yeah, yeah. The seaside's sensational.
My
There
whole
it
thing is, look, do not rush in anything, no matter what anybody else tells you.
Oh, you're not rushing.
No. I'm not rushing at all. But like, for anybody that's listening, do not rush into anything that you don't feel comfortable in. And I'm not saying I'm not comfortable with who I'm with. I am very, very, very comfortable with who I'm with.
Let her know.
But there
Don't
are
get
some,
too comfortable with you within that situation to where you may miss out on opportunity of someone that you really could have built with.
Nah, that's
Well, hold a second. Maine, just say. Can you say that one more time again?
I said, what do you say?
No, you.
No,
say
nigga,
it.
what you say?
No, what you said? No.
You
I
motherfucker.
said, don't get too comfortable to where you miss out on an opportunity of someone that you could have built
And
with.
that time is for me. That time is gone. Like came and went. All
Don't
right?
say
You're
came
34.
with-
What are you talking
I'm
about?
34.
You ain't even hit your prime.
Hold on, man.
Based on
Honestly,
You
as a
taking
man,
Blue Chew next week if it don't work out. You need to think about that.
Hey,
And I do think about things like that, but
bro.
I do think about things like that. But if I have those type of thoughts, then there's no reason for me to be.
My youngest child is 9
No, hold a
years
second.
old. I
No,
don't know if this works
no,
anymore.
And then Nick will back me up on this. 35 to 45, which is when a man really hits their prime.
it's a man's peak. Listen, don't listen.
Bro, Miko,
This is
tell
what
these niggas to get off your neck.
I'm not on his neck, right? But
We-
but listen, I'll say
Who's
this.
yeah? What do we do?
I'm not on his neck.
No. This is good.
No, let me-
This is important.
It's productive conversation.
Very productive.
Yeah.
No, I'm not asking you. I'm not asking you to do. I'm not asking you to do the empower. I'm not asking you to do anything.
No, we not.
No, not at all. Not at all. I don't feel that.
Lady,
We didn't say that. We didn't say that right
No,
there.
I'm not saying y'all
Oh,
saying
you
it.
done
I'm saying
stood
but
up.
the line of questioning as far as bringing up the statistics as far as childbirth and all. The fact is, they're doing what the fuck is right for them.
Exactly.
Right? So
Facts.
if she goes to 40 and they decide at that point they don't want to have kids, bro, that's the cards that they lined up for themselves.
Facts.
So throwing all these facts and stuff out there means absolutely nothing as far as they goes because it's about what's fucking feeling right for them. They're doing what works for them. We talk from our experience based on because
we're
of
still
hey,
talking-
facts
And it
this, facts that. But the fact is, there are some people that don't want kids and are perfectly happy with that.
So-
and based on him being in a relationship for almost 5 years, it's working for them.
So this is
that's
not, this
cool.
Not, no, this
Hold on,
is
hold
not,
on a second. We never said that.
No, but he brought up the fact about having kids and the time, the
So-
clocks
Hold on a
of
second.
certain
That's
women.
the science.
No,
That's
we're
the
not
science
disputing
behind
the
it.
science.
He said
What
he
I'm-
wanted kids.
No, we're not disputing the science. What I'm saying is what's working for them is what's been working for 5 years now. And if in the next 5 years they don't have
Look,
kids,
and then look, there are people in
it's
marriages.
that's
who,
what works for them.
There have been people in
It don't
marriages.
matter
whose-
about the science. It's what's working for them. That's what matters.
The problem is we're here with no women, and like my thing is we are out here talking to him, trying to make sure he not that you don't know any better, but as men in general, sometimes we think things are sweet and this shit ain't. So like, have you considered your lady thought about this? Have you considered your lady thought about that? That's what I'm saying.
But here's the thing, though, and this is the biggest thing. This is the biggest thing I take out of, not this, but like just in general between a relationship and marriage, right? There are individuals who are in marriages who fucking like cheat on each other all the goddamn time, all kinds of reckless shit that go on, and they've been together for 2 to 3 to 4 to 5 to 10 years, 20 years.
They probably got married at 22.
It still, you know what I'm saying?
No, that's different.
Marriages are not perfect at all, right?
None of them are. That's the point.
My whole point between that and what we're doing with me and my lady is that, I've only thought about her and only her for the entire time we've been together.
Yeah,
and we talk to each other about this the entire time in terms of like, look, if something were to happen to me, I want to make sure that you are in the right mindset to handle business if something were to happen to me. And that's where I'm saying, like, that's where I want to see her mind at. And that's the reason why I was like, look, there are some issues in regards to her feeling the way about herself in terms of just thinking, I got this, the confidence. That's something that I really look at
my mind in 4 years, if I ain't popped the question, one of us is not the one. I ain't trying to say you're not the one. Maybe I'm the one that's not
everybody's
the one.
different. Everybody is different.
Straight up.
Everybody's different. And that's what I'm saying. It's like, do not feel pressured by anyone but the person that you're with or anybody
I'm
outside.
not pressured. I just gave my opinion.
No. That's important. And I definitely value your opinion. I value every single person's opinion in this room, right? But for anyone else that's listening, if you feel that the person that you are with is the one and you've done your due diligence of just like
messed up right now,
and that's that's unfortunate for them, but I know where we're at.
Somebody getting pregnant like downtown DC.
Hey, always.
So I would say this.
Go ahead.
So the big part we're talking about is that you're good right now.
We're good.
What we're talking about is that the next step from there.
The next step from there is when it happens.
Is when it happens.
When it happens.
Yeah.
And that's for her and I to decide.
No, I understand.
There's nobody else.
Exactly. You're right.
There's nobody else.
I have a great aunt and uncle. They were together for about 30 plus years. 30 plus years. Their oldest daughter is about.
Get a little bit loud if you're going to talk from over there.
I don't want to be.
Well, so you're going to talk. Then you got to talk.
All right, look. I have a great aunt and uncle, right? They've been together, I don't know, probably close to 40 years, I'm assuming, because their oldest daughter is probably in her 40s.
Damn.
And I mean together, not married. They just got married within the last 5 years. So for about 35 years or so, 30 plus, I say 30 plus years, they were just together.
I would say it's an anomaly.
It's crazy. And it's not the norm. Obviously, it's not. But it was like, this is what we're doing, and it's working for us. And then finally, it's like, all right, hey, 30-something years, let's go ahead and do it. But like he was saying, it's whatever works for them. They could be together for the next 20 years, no kids, and then decide, hey, let's get married.
Go that far.
I'm not saying that. I'm just like all hypothetical.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I feel you.
Now, last question. And first of all, that's as likely as
win the lotto.
Somebody becoming Bill Gates.
Yeah.
True.
People
the next Bill Gates.
Together in domestic partnerships all the time.
Absolutely.
That's true.
For a very long time.
Now, that's true too as well, but it's also a lot that's very unlikely.
Facts.
It happens, but it's unlikely.
Maybe not that long, but 10 years, 5 years.
I mean, I know a couple too as well. Yeah. I know a couple. Yeah. I'm like this.
Go ahead.
End of the day, this last question. Do you want to have kids, yes or no?
Yes.
You say yeah.
Okay. Hey, that's...
Austin S. is a good question. Is marriage necessary in this day and age?
Nope.
I know. Let's talk about this too as well. That's a good question.
That's a good question, Austin. Thank you. Right.
Yeah.
So I'll say this. Right. I'll say two things. Right. And we talked about this on the last podcast, on the last Lessons in Love, and they got a little heated. Right. But the problem is, the only real benchmark for a successful marriage is that somebody dies at the end.
Explain that.
Somebody,
like old age type
no,
stuff,
listen, no, not even old.
Like a hitman?
No,
Ages
listen.
47?
Stop. Think about it, right? Stop. Think about it. The only benchmark for a successful marriage is that one of y'all die. If y'all divorced, that's not successful. non-successful. All right. If y'all were in a domestic partnership, y'all never got married. Y'all was never even on the table, right? So the only marker for a successful marriage is that somebody died at the end. You could be happy as hell for 10 years. Somebody cheat on you and steal your tax return. It's over. You know what I'm saying?
That's not successful.
That's non-successful. You get what I'm saying? So the only marker is that somebody dies at the end, right? Dope. And so
Guys, how though?
huh?
Old age?
Of old age,
Okay.
just car accident, cancer, doesn't matter.
I don't think
As long
that's
as long as you didn't divorce the other person, successful marriage.
But and here's the thing with that, and then that's something that I think about constantly. Look, when we have kids, if again, I'm not afraid of
Austin, stop trolling me, bro.
I'm not afraid of death, all right? I unfortunately think about these things all the time, especially within my family.
You're very analytical.
If something happens to me,
He's a thinker.
if something was to happen to me, I want to make sure that our children are well taken care of in my death.
Yes.
And if I see things that I think need to be improved on before we make that next step into marriage, then I'm going to pull back and say, "Yo, let's work on it. Let's try to
I'm
work
with you.
on the problem first before we move towards it. It might take a year. It might take a couple years. However, I know that if I still, it's fine.
Damn.
It's fine.
Hey, it's
it's
all
not.
good.
It's not a look. It's not a freaking process to where I see X, Y, and Z, but there's A, B, and C that we still need to consider. Yeah, we're gonna get married. No, it's a process.
Yeah, no,
all right?
and
and it's a process between two people and two people alone.
Do y'all know the four main causes of divorce in America?
Money.
In general?
Money issues.
So
Money,
money
finance.
money fights money problems, right? We got money fights money problems. In-laws, how you choose to treat your in-laws, right? Whether or not they're going to be super involved or not. You got how you're going to raise your children, how many children, whether or not you're going to have children, and how you're going to raise them, and then your faith background. If you are of similar faith and similar belief systems.
And Mr. Austin brought it best. He
I
brought all of that
disagree.
shit in there.
Family. Now he's Don Toretto.
Yeah, so
You don't need divorce for your family.
Somebody had to say it.
infidelity is in there, right? But
I don't disagree.
Those
I'm saying I disagree.
no, but sorry, those are the four pillars where when one of those things is off, that causes
Oh no,
relationships to fail.
those are causes in immediate divorces. Yes.
Not in immediate. You could go back and forth for a while and then stumble. Yeah, but that's
How many of y'all had divorces in here?
we got two.
Oh, me.
What was the cause of your divorce? What would you say the cause of your divorce was?
Mine was it? I really didn't want to do this because I know I'm being watched.
Don't do. Okay,
Yeah,
stop.
no, yeah, don't.
All right, you being watched.
That's seaside.
That's B
That's
side.
Real seaside.
It's
No,
real
no, 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 no,
seaside.
no, 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 and that's
Seaside. About to turn into suicide.
Say less. Say less.
See less, say less. We'll turn the blue light on for the super seasides. All right.
Yeah, that's a poor system right there.
All we gonna say is, you're right, but those are causes for immediate divorces. Well, most times, some people ride that out to where they can't no more. They hit a breaking point.
Yeah.
But there are, I say, an extra four.
I'm just saying those
Okay.
are. I'm just going with him, right? So he's a super analytical person. I'm-
Unless it's the problem with I wanted to
but-
say something about something y'all both said.
Go for it.
You can't go into marriage being analytical. To like we'll say full analytical.
He did say
No,
that
no, no,
earlier.
no,
He
no.
said that
You're
earlier.
right.
Listen. All marriages is a technicality. Okay.
This is true.
Is
But
all marriage is a technicality. There
if
should be
you think of it
love
that
should be love should be involved with it, definitely.
love
and
should be it.
Love should be definitely it. But in this country that we live in, anything that deals with marriage, it's a union tied to all kinds of different
The
things.
title of this show.
I think
we're
when
doing
as you get older, yes. Like if you're 30 and she's 30, something like that, then you both already have house.
what we're doing right
cars,
now is lessons
then yes.
in love, not lessons in analytical unions.
But that's a part of it, right? Because so here's what I'll say. There is connection and there's compatibility. These are two different things.
Love is a gamble.
So
Yeah,
here's why do arranged marriages work and they go 30, 40, 50 years?
Because the
they're
women accept to get killed.
No, because they're compatible. They have roles that are in a society. They have a bigger community
No,
that
so
they
now
that
we're-
they
now you're talking- now you're
Let
talking-
me-
you're
Can
talking-
I talk? Can I talk?
Hold on.
They have a bigger community that they are a part of, and they understand that their role in being there is not just their emotions tied to somebody. They are not just there because they love somebody else. Love is an emotion. Love is up, and emotions are up, down, left, right,
Absolutely.
sideways.
Facts.
Roles are roles. Roles have responsibilities and duties that have to be met. And when you understand that you are here for a reason, you have a reason to stay in a relationship. If you say
That's a big part of marriage.
so that's what I'm saying. If you just say, "Oh, I'm here because I love somebody," if you don't love them tomorrow, then why are you here? If you say, "I'm here because I'm this person's husband or I'm this person's wife and I am here to raise these children and I'm here to be a part of this community," then then you say, "Okay, well, maybe because she didn't do this or because he didn't do that, we gonna work it out." But that's the thing, is in Western society, we've allowed people just free release. If you just not feeling it no more, no fault divorce. Go ahead, get up out of here.
People get divorced for
Nothing.
a lot of dumb
Nothing.
reasons.
Nothing.
And
Nothing.
I'm not with
Yeah.
that shit. I'm not with that shit.
Nothing. And
I'm not with it.
and so I'm not trying to argue for arranged marriages, but what I am arguing for is the idea that we understand that there is duty in these roles that you, and a lot of times we take people that we have a connection with, you take someone you have a connection with, you try to turn them into your wife. Or you try to turn them into your husband, right? I have a best friend. That don't mean if I'm a CEO, he should be my CFO. You understand? You heard what Ricky said. Ricky got married in 2 months, but what did he say? He said, I saw things that made a wife. The Lord, what's the Bible say? What's Psalm say? He who findeth a wife findeth a good thing. The presupposition is that she is a wife when you find her. All right? So you have found a wife. You didn't make her a wife. You didn't try to maybe see if she would be a wife one day. You found a wife. She was already fitting those roles when you found her. So I'm gonna lean on my Bible there for a second. But but you have to understand that these are roles. I understand that I am young. I'm understanding that I haven't been married. I understand that I've seen a lot of people go up and down and shit. I've seen a lot of failures, a lot of divorces, a lot of custody battles, a lot of shit up close and personal, right? But I think the basis of that is that people don't understand that they are there for more than just their own emotions, for more than just their own compatibility or their connection, that they are there for a reason. And when you understand that you're there for a reason more than just how you feel about somebody, you stick through that shit. That's all I gotta say.
I feel that.
You stick. Oh, first of all, that was a great rant.
That was powerful.
All right, you stick through what? Like what exactly?
No,
What exactly do you stick through? Like you talk cheating,
through whatever-
infidelity, money issues. Like what are you talking about?
Yeah, stick. You made the oath.
Can I say something?
You made. Go ahead, huh? You got something?
No. I want to
I
hear
actually
this.
do.
Go for it.
That's,
I want to hear it.
So, and what you were
Pass me
saying,
one of those,
you sounded like you sounded like very traditional.
I am. You know that.
The problem with marriage right now is traditional marriages do not work.
what do you mean by that?
Yeah.
So like,
let's talk about that. That's interesting.
So
Here we go. Now, see, this is lessons to love.
so like
this is realistic love here.
so traditionally, we're talking traditionally. Like we can go back. We can say 1940s. That's not too far back, right?
Yeah.
In some respect, 'cause, like
Yeah.
we're
Well,
quoting
first of all, you're going to define traditional marriage, right?
You mean when black people were married at a rate of 80%, we had communities and
traditional marriage is
families?
what we see. Actually, we can go closer. But what as people within the age of 20, that is in the room of what we saw growing up as traditional marriage, or marriage, what a marriage
Okay.
was supposed to be.
All right,
And we're talking more so our grandparents. So I'm talking about what we see.
oh,
what we
okay,
learn.
like man,
Yeah.
woman, 40
Man,
years.
Yeah, 40
plus
years.
they-
Somebody
so
died, then
what we see.
yeah.
So we're not even going to go to somebody died part because that upset me and I lost the thought on that one.
Okay.
So it's the idea of a traditional marriage that gets you there until y'all realize y'all can't do traditional marriage. So traditional marriage is, people who quote the Bible want a woman to submit to a man.
No.
Nope.
No. I'm
Just saying.
Yeah.
A woman to submit to a man on a spectrum.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then what was it? And y'all say equal parts, stuff like that. But that's not how it goes.
No.
There's people that. So a traditional marriage. So anyway, I'm trying to get my ground because I lose the train of thought quickly. So
Austin gotta stop.
yeah, think about what a couple that said they've been married 50 years, what they've been through.
Everything.
You don't think that? What did you say something about me?
No, not about you.
He's
Go your
talking
point.
dumb
Go
shit.
your
Talking
point. Go your point.
So no, this one is like in my head.
Yeah,
So
say it.
a couple that's been married 50 years. This man probably got other kids, a whole nother family, done cheated, probably beat her. Because back then, women's rights weren't a thing, and a woman would marry for, a life back then. Nowadays, that's not the case. That's why a lot of marriages fail. Men get married based off what they saw their grandfather got away with, and it don't work out.
You think so?
Absolutely.
No, he's being real with that. I see that.
I have 16 uncles and aunts on one side.
Yeah.
I feel that's anecdotal.
No, that's real shit. Because
let him talk his experience. Let him talk his experience.
Yeah.
His experience is anecdotal, though.
It is. But let him say his experience.
yeah,
That's fine, but
Let him
it's
say his
anecdotal.
experience.
I just want to say that.
Go ahead.
I got
well,
it. I got that.
Make a quick point on that real quick, though.
As far as what your grandfather did, like, oh shit, I could do the
I
same
ain't seen my
thing.
grandfather did because I ain't know my grandfather didn't do it.
So what was your? Well, you just said that though.
I said grandfathers, like people. Like they say, like there were songs about Papa being Rolling Stones, laying hats everywhere at his home, stuff like that. It happened everywhere.
Yeah, and a generation before us, our fathers, they were never there either.
Yeah, but that's
as of now, when it comes to men today, we're more involved with our children
we are
than the previous generations were.
We're not talking about being involved with our children. We're talking about being in a union with the woman right now.
Yeah.
Like being like monogamous with one woman for 30 plus years. You're talking about that.
It's bigger than that because, like, you can be monogamous with a woman. It's just about what that woman will put up with. It's not about cheating, particularly. Like back then we had gender roles. You grew up with gender. We were brought up with gender roles. Right now, all of us, when we're growing up, boys do this, girls do that, and you can't tell me fucking otherwise.
Yeah.
You went to the play center, you went to the house center, and your parents found out you went to go play house. Nah, skip that shit. Put that nigga in the sandbox 3 days a week.
Yep.
You can't say that didn't happen to most of us.
Yeah.
It did happen. Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
All right, so now you can pound him on it. Okay, keep going.
So that built gender roles. I mean, that was from like the 80s, 90s, which came from gender roles, in the 60s, 70s, from in the adults that are teaching of what a man's supposed to be and a woman's supposed to be, which they learn. It's just like it's honestly like and this is way off, the path of racism. How it goes down, like you got a kid don't know shit about nothing, but you got Grandpa Floyd who fought in the Civil War back in that time. Not Civil War, you know what I mean? But like in a state of that passed down stuff, you may not accept it, you may question it, but it's in the back of your head, and when you grow up, it sits there. The same thing with relationships. You're gonna see what goes on. You're gonna see. It's gonna sit in the back of your head. You're not gonna materialize it and be like, well, this is what grandpa, this is what mom, this and this, that, and the other. Like we all suffer from it. I suffer from it. Like I ain't gonna lie. When I became an adult, I learned a lot about my family's history on relationships, and quite honestly, it's not okay.
So, man,
That's okay. I'm not going. I ain't gonna.
We're not gonna share. We're not gonna.
we're not gonna share, but
We're not
so
gonna
this-
share on that. But it's just we have to understand more of our family's history are within us with the 2 generations, even more than most. 2 generations. Your mother and your mother, grandmother, your father, grandfather. What year is that? 1920s.
Yeah. So
What was going on in the 20s? Could women vote in the 20s?
okay,
Yeah,
so,
women's
so
suffrage going on around
Women's
that time.
suffrage, right?
Women's
suffrage.
1920s.
That's still wearing in relationships today. With
So,
a few people.
Manny, this is what I say to you, right? Is that you argue what you're arguing is kind of like a social constructualism view that everything is just a social construct, right? What I would argue.
But that's it. I say that because finish your thought.
But what I would argue is that men and women's roles are not have not come from social construction, right? Have come from evolutionary biology and evolutionary psychology, and that men or women are inherently different, and we look for different things.
Yeah.
Right. So, do you care how big a woman's biceps are?
I never really.
Yeah, no. Do you care how big a woman's delts are? No.
I never really.
No,
A lot of these roles come from the Bible.
No. They don't come. They come. Okay, I could say that the Bible
root of it
involves
is from
them.
the
So, like,
No,
what I-
but
what I- what I
these
was trying to-
roles-
What I was saying, I'm sorry, I was taking too long. What I was
No,
trying
go
to come
for
full
it.
circle to was, in relationships,
Yeah.
these old traditional ways,
Yeah.
catered to men, and like as men, we're like, I ain't gonna lie, if we went back to that, a lot of men would be okay with it. But there's a lot of women. Well, women that's like, that's not all women's like, yo, this ain't the fucking 1920s, and
I
a
agree
lot of
with
men
that.
have a fucking problem with it. Which is
I don't.
weird.
No, I don't.
No,
Well,
no
hold a second,
man,
hold a second,
no,
hold a second.
wait,
Hold up.
no
Yeah.
man in this room. I would not call y'all friends if, any man in this room has a 1920s aspect.
So-
Nick gets shaky sometimes.
No,
but
What is the
I'm okay with it.
1920s aspect?
I wanna hear that.
Define that
Yeah,
first.
Gender roles.
Yeah.
Gender roles straight up.
So
and
and-
we're not gonna say beating on women because we don't.
no.
None of us do that.
We don't do that.
Yeah, we don't do that.
We not
That's-
doing that.
But
That's
gender
ridiculous.
roles specifically, like a man's supposed to do this, a woman's supposed to do that.
Yeah.
Like there are people out here like make me a sandwich type dudes that be out here.
Yeah.
I swear to you, they are. I swear to you, they are.
No,
You're
I don't.
talking to
I
one.
believe that, but I'm not with that shit.
See,
No, but I'm a gender
I
roles
would
guy.
say this though. I
I'm a
would
gender
say
roles guy.
this is that those roles have existed for all of human society
Oh, absolutely,
for years.
Mm-hmm.
absolutely.
I met
And
gender roles.
we took out all the nonsense. We're not talking about beating people. Let's talk about back centuries ago.
Mm-hmm.
I go out, I hunt for food. All right?
Right.
I kill an animal, I bring it back. I bring it to my wife, like, hey, would you mind cooking this? Mm-hmm. She says yes. She cooks it, the whole family eats.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Those things are still ingrained in different ways today.
Deeply.
are.
But
That
it's
should
different
be.
though in a more of a civilized society.
There's some dudes-
I go out, I work, I make money,
You provide.
I provide.
Right.
I come home, she says, "Hey, we need food in the house." I'm like, "Hey, here's money."
Mm-hmm.
We go out together, get food for the house, the children, the family eats.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm not saying that the woman can't make more money, this, that, and the third, and that's not what I'm saying at all.
No.
I'm speaking more so for my situation, or more so households. I don't have the percentages on me, but usually the breadwinner in the house is usually the man.
The man, right?
Yeah.
That's just
It's
that's just the
it's
numbers. I don't have
natural.
the
It's
numbers on
organic
me, but-
between.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's numbers. This is I don't have the numbers, but
Yeah.
I will put my hat on 51% plus.
I will say, look, I don't believe in gender roles. I don't. I grew up learning how to cook. I grew up learning how to clean from both my mom and my dad. My dad.
Well,
between
things
the-
said.
Hold
So
on,
that's
hold
a
on.
misconception of gender roles, though.
let him
That's a
finish.
Hold
yeah,
on.
I didn't see you saying, but that's a
Hold
misconception.
on. No.
It's a huge misconception.
My father, between my mom and my dad, both of my parents cooked. Both of them are amazing cooks.
Mm-hmm.
But between the two of them, my dad cooked the most. All right?
Mm-hmm.
And both of them worked full on freaking jobs. No matter how late they came home from work, both of them still cooked.
Yeah.
Whether it was whether it was like just something out of the fridge or they cooked something from scratch and it always bombed. They both knew how to cook. But that's something that I learned, and I'm not expecting that from my significant other when she gets home. When I get home, I cook. I mainly cook for the rest of throughout the week, but still, I cook, I clean, I do all my shit. I don't need a woman to do that for me.
But see, that's a misconception.
That's why-
what
no,
we're
that's why
talking
you're-
about.
that's
We're
why
not,
your
we're not
election's
saying
successful.
that. What I'm saying is that, yes, I know how to cook too as well. I
Right.
can prepare my
same.
own meal.
Yeah.
We're not saying that, woman, you cook, I sit down and do whatever until my meal's here. No, we're not saying that.
No,
shit.
I'm not saying that you are.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, the thing is that when it comes to estrogen to testosterone, we can break that down to a little bit. I'm just going to put it as Easter egg for a little bit later.
Yeah.
But when it comes to women, they're more so nurturing. You know, they bear children, take care of kids. Like the way I'll put it in my situation, the way Jenny raised the kids, the way I raised Rick and Jet are two totally different ways, and I appreciate that. I can't be a mother to Rick and Jet. She can't be a father, Rick, Jet, Gia. She can be a father to my 3 kids too as well. There is just different ways we go about it. Her being a woman, me being a man.
Yeah.
So
We was talking about
as
how
far
Gigi
as
gonna run your ass though.
was that?
We was talking about how Gigi gonna run your ass though.
I mean,
Eventually.
it'd be different. You know,
That's
she's
a
my
role
daughter.
reversal.
That's probably
She gonna get different
hey,
treatment.
Yeah, it's like, and the thing is that even when I talk to her as a baby, it's different how I talk to Rick and Jet.
Exactly.
Like she starts screaming like, Gigi, why are you screaming for?
No,
girl?"
she said you laugh.
I laugh.
You're not even mad. You know what I'm saying? You're like,
Oh, I'm like, oh my god, girl, why are you doing
Come
all that?
on, girl.
Rick and Jet screaming. I'm like, look,
Quit
I'm like,
playing,
goddamn, you
quit
gonna stop?
playing.
I'm like, look, the only person screaming this man screaming in this house is me.
yeah.
All right.
It's different.
It's just different. Like it's
So-
just different as far as our nature as a man and a woman.
Right.
And I'm not saying that woman, you do all the laundry, you fold the clothes. You know, I'm not the greatest at folding clothes. I'll put myself in wax with that one right
Hey,
there.
I'm-
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie about that.
Even through being
Jenny gonna be all the time. I get to it. It is what it is.
Yeah,
I
roll up.
apologize. I ain't gonna do all that. I ain't gonna say a cap. But when it comes to, like I said, nurturing, Mother Nature,
Yeah.
women are just better at that.
They're
than
equipped for
what-
it.
Yeah,
Agreed.
than what we can do as men.
And my lady is very nurturing, and that's one of the biggest things that I'm like, my heart melts whenever I'm around her. Is how nurturing and how compassionate she is,
It's beautiful.
and it's like
Yeah, exactly. It's an amazing thing.
it is a very beautiful thing, and
I
like
think you need to reconsider.
it's
Yeah.
just
But things that somebody has to play those roles in the
Yeah.
relationship. Like it can't be two alphas going head to head all day.
Oh, yeah,
that shit ain't
it can't
gonna
be.
work.
no, it's
Yeah,
not.
like
not.
look,
It's just
somebody gotta be the quarterback. Somebody gotta be the running back.
And I've been in those type of
He can't be
relationships
the
before-
running
before
back.
her.
He can't be saying, "Oh, we do with the wildcat all the time." No,
Somebody
that'll
has to
never
bend the
work.
knee. Somebody has to bend the knee.
And I'll say this, right? I believe in gender roles, right? And I just think we should lean into them. We have our own strengths. Women are naturally nurturing. Men are naturally protective and provide are natural. So just lean into it. Why fight it? Why do the thing that you're not good at?
I mean,
That'll make no sense to me. That don't.
Look at a team.
Yeah.
When you don't play your role,
Yeah.
Kyle
Hey,
Kuzma,
yeah.
Lakers,
Yeah.
trying to do everything else except for
I'm gonna have
playing
Andre
your
Drummond
role.
shoot threes. I'm gonna have Dennis Schroeder post up.
Like look at the Phoenix Suns. Everybody comes in the game.
Play your role.
They have a role. Chris Paul runs the offense. Devin Booker
There's
scores.
a time where you gotta
Cam
change
Johnson,
There's a
Mikael
time you gotta
Bridges.
change the game plan up.
So-
Bring it
D.
down.
On
So-
occasion.
But
Hold
on
on.
occasion, you change the game plan based on
Yeah,
your
Chris
opponent.
Paul hurt, but that's still suboptimal.
But hold
That-
a second. You change the game plan based on your opponent.
Yeah.
So if you meet somebody that is a little bit, they stronger in some area, and you're a little bit weaker than that, then yes, you can change your game plan towards that.
And that's
like you
how I
said,
operate.
like you said, let's say that your woman couldn't cook, but you can.
Yeah.
You change your game plan towards that.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with
If
that.
she beating all the other things, then yeah.
Yeah, whoever's winning in that category, run that shit.
And so here's the thing that
Yeah.
I pose a question to the collective of men
Mm-hmm.
is that if a woman who is born as a leader, and there are plenty of them out there, exactly, are they in their eyes suitable to wear the pants in the household?
She's not gonna pick a man. She's not gonna pick a man that's
she's
gonna
pick a
lead
she's
over
gonna,
her.
Yeah, she's gonna pick a weak man. That's what she's gonna do.
Yo.
And then
And I
she's
hope
gonna
that's not even the case. I hope that's not the case to where
No,
she
I got
something
feels
about
someone.
this.
Here's
in
what's
an
gonna
equal, like in a leadership role. That man does not have
This
to be
is-
weaker than her. But I'm just saying.
but that's what's gonna happen if you have a if you
Somebody
have,
has to bend the
someone,
if she's
someone's a
calling most of the
leader.
shots.
Yeah, so what's gonna happen, right? Is she's gonna be a strong leader of a woman. She's gonna end up getting a man who's a follower, right? She's going to lead a man, and then she's going to eventually resent this man for her having to lead him.
I would say
that's typically I'm saying can it work? Yes, on occasion, but it's not. It's
I
not.
wouldn't say
It's
that
rare.
the man is weak, but the fact that she is more experienced in certain more things than he is.
Yeah, but she
that
looks,
doesn't mean
she
he's
looks
weak.
She looks
If she's
down
a
on him. She
leader,
pities him.
She's not going to pick someone that's going to lead over top of her.
Here's the thing. You have to
Put it like this: you rule a kingdom. You gonna find someone that's gonna rule over top of you.
And
Okay.
no. Look,
Okay, look.
Let's just make it make sense.
Okay, but here. Okay, so again, and let's go back. What you're talking about is like a conscious level. Let's go back to hindbrain, like Ricky said, caveman shit. If you're a woman in the wilderness, right, and let's say you're and you get a man who's weaker than you, does that seem beneficial?
well, okay, look. The man could be like in regards to physical strength, yeah, that's one thing. But in terms of like strategy,
mental.
strategy,
Well, that's
mental.
different.
No, that's not.
But
different. It's not different.
But today though, it's more mental than.
But
like,
yeah,
I need to fight off this tiger to live.
Yeah, exactly. That's way more. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like yeah. So here's the thing, right? I just think that we have our roles, lean into them, right? And if you happen to be an outlier, you happen to be an outlier. If you happen to be but that's the thing is like if you are a woman who makes yourself a strong woman, if you become a quote unquote alpha female and you become a woman who's a boss babe making 6 figures a year, here's the thing: women are naturally looking for men who are better than them. They always are. If you're a woman who makes $150,000 a year,
You ain't gonna pick a plumber.
You're wanting a man who on your level, if not more.
A small percentage of women that wants a man lesser.
All
Yeah,
right,
a small percentage, but on the average on the base average of probabilities.
We're talking women from the age of y'all been talking about.
Yeah, you get the mic, brother.
I was just saying shit. Y'all was going.
Yeah, go ahead.
There's a small percentage of women that prefer a man lesser than.
Yeah, but why do you think they prefer that? Why do you think they prefer that?
Because just like y'all was saying earlier, like they get tired of someone these are usually women that make a lot of fucking money.
Yeah.
And then they get a man that makes a lot of fucking more money, and then it gets into it's a status match at this point. When they're not trying to get into and we're talking, and these are different age groups. So the more mature age groups, it's more of a, in my opinion, 'cause I'm not a fucking scientist. They're like they just want a man that's fucking humble because they get tired of this man that makes buku's money trying to like dominate and like, well, you ain't got.
You get a man that makes $1 million $1 million a year. You want to be humble?
But
yeah.
No.
A lot of times that
I'm not being humble if I make $1 million a year.
I am.
Are you serious?
Nah.
You will be out here. Are you?
Nah, I'm
What?
not gonna be humble.
I mean, we don't really
If
know
I made
a lot
$1 million a year,
I'd be this exact same dude.
dude, I'd be off my ass.
look,
In a respectful way, but I'd be off my ass.
If I was making $1 million, if I was making $1 million a year, I would be bummy as fuck.
Exactly.
If I make $1 million a
you're
year,
not you're the outlier.
I'm with you,
y'all
bro.
are
I am
I
the
go to
status quo in the
Walmart with
above.
holes in my sweatpants.
Yeah.
Okay,
Facts.
put it like this.
Yes.
NBA player.
Yes.
NBA player.
That's different. There's a difference between.
What's the difference?
There's a difference between being wealthy and famous.
That's true.
So like we're not.
But even the wealthy, I came across plenty of wealthy
No,
dudes.
they're completely different types
Egos
of
on
people.
12.
What type of wealthy people?
What's
Could
that?
you, okay,
What's
but,
that
but,
wealthy
but
people?
let's
We talking like
talk about
executives?
let's talk about the
Presidents of
what
companies,
companies?
Fortune 500.
Man.
Fortune 500 companies are technically famous.
So, but okay, but
They're
think
not
about
well, they can walk in a grocery store.
Manny.
You
You think about the confidence level you have making what you make, right? I'm not
I'll make
putting
shit.
I'm not putting your salary out, but like you got confidence
I'll make
making.
shit.
Imagine people who make millions of dollars have achieved their life's dream. They have actualized their life's
Nick, hold that
work.
point right there.
What do you say?
Your girl's on here right now.
Who was that?
Not your friend, man. I don't mean like that. Yeah. Oh, all right, what you say? I do not agree. My level is intellectual, emotional, spiritual.
Yeah, I was
Not
trying
me
to get
needing
at
to
the-
match me financially.
That's what I'm saying. I said there's two.
As far as what I look for.
That's
Yeah,
what I'm saying.
I would curious. I want to ask you this. God, I don't want to ask. All right,
I
give me,
think
give
she's
me
in
a
a club in U
second.
Street right now. I don't think she's gonna reply back.
Well, she just responded. She's weighed in right now. God damn it.
She's probably in line.
Well, that's fine. Hey, whatever. It is what it is.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Let me watch
Hey,
this
nothing wrong with that.
I get inside the bar.
And see, okay, and I'll say this, right? people like that, women like that say that, right? They say, "Oh,
But,
I'm looking
I
for a
mean,
man that
but-
connects with me intellectually, emotionally."
No,
right?
But hold a second though.
let me-
I asked you though, if he was a cashier at Target and he was 30 years old, how would you
See,
feel?
They would do that.
no, but what?
But I'm curious the response with that.
What response?
What are you talking about? We men in
about her?
past 2 minutes.
All about
It's her.
It's
You
all
don't
about
gotta go
ambition.
through her, you go
It's all
through
about
me.
ambition.
Yeah,
Why would I go through you?
women always say,
I've been
"Oh,
there.
You're talking about a Tyler
On that
Perry
bottom
movie
side.
right now.
I know.
But y'all talking about what I
Talking
make?
about a Tyler
No,
Perry
I'm
movie.
talking about what she just said right here.
No.
Or
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But what she's saying,
Yeah.
the question that you posed,
Yeah.
that's a Tyler Perry movie.
She the Jewish.
yeah, that's a Tyler
woman-
Perry."
That's a woman who got a nice ass house, and she got an abusive ex boyfriend, and then she got Shamar Moore, who's a local landscaper, making fucking $50
$50 a week.
a week. That's what we talking about. Stop playing,
Stop
bro.
the cap.
Stop the cap.
Yeah, I'm not
Stop the
buying
cap.
that.
No,
I'm not buying that.
Because here's
buying
what
that.
happens. What women will say that they will be able to collect
But,
with
some women will. Some women will.
they'll connect with a man
The thing is
intellectually,
that you're
emotionally.
talking- even so, that's a very small.
Yes.
percentage.
No.
It's a small percentage.
And here's what I'll say that they may connect with you on that level, right? And they say, "I don't need you financially," but what they are going to here's where the term ambition
Oh,
comes
no one-
in.
they won't
Here's
say
where
that.
here's where the term drive comes in, or potential, right?
Yeah.
They're going to eventually want you to make to be better, which really means make more money. They're saying, "Oh, I've connected this with this man on this intellectual level or this emotional level," and then when they and then after 6 months, a year, they're saying, "Okay, well, what are your dreams? What are your goals? Where are you trying to go?" If you're okay with making 40 grand a year, 30 grand a year for the rest of your life, and you're just like, "Well, I'm cool being here,"
And
they're going to start to
That's
look
the
at
thing-
you differently.
That's the thing about women. They don't. When it comes to that, it's not about where you are. It's where you plan to be and how serious about your plans you are.
Yeah, they'll lock in with you
So
for a
let's
while.
say they talk to you, and that's saying they're talking to you for a while to see if you're gonna carry out the plans you told them in the first place to get
Yeah.
them to be on your team.
Right.
Yeah.
And if you don't do that, then they
They
go.
get off but that's what
All
I'm
right,
saying.
then
No,
can't
man,
say-
he knows me, 6-figure salary or not. I'll be fulfilled on a deeper level. You can get a guy that matches financially, and he can't even uplift you or understand your distress.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, well, hold a second now. Well, hold on. Okay. Hold on. Well, hold on a second. Hold up.
Who, me?
Who said
Tonight?
Okay, he's talking something else right here.
Hey, where my hat at, bro?
Hey,
Where my cap at, bro?
I have to see that to believe it. Like present that towards
All right, I'm gonna present it.
present it. There's something that worked, not something that would
Not
happen.
temporary.
No,
Again,
something-
somebody died at the end.
Like something
after
that
a
worked.
30-year marriage.
So I'll go.
Currently,
I'll-
right now, happening.
I'll give you this much, cause I got divorced years ago, right? And I've dated women that made a fuck ton of money. That was
Yeah.
all about me, and I got my own way. Cause like I was as a man, and it's the men. Actually, it's a man problem more than not, because they're like, if you don't make as much as your lady or more, you get into this thing like, well, I can't do this, I can't do that, and it fucks you up.
Mm-hmm.
And men self-sabotage. Men with goals self-sabotage relationships with women of power. They do that.
Is that the woman's problem though?
It's not. It's a problem within ourselves as men.
Who's
Right?
our-
What I would say,
As men like, as a whole as men.
do you believe that men self-sabotage, or do you believe that women treat men a different kind of way when they feel like they have a
When it
financial
comes to-
power
when it comes
over
to-
them?
like I
It's
said,
mostly men.
I said no. Wait. It's two. That's
That-
two, right?
that's- I
said-
guess, yeah.
I said there's two sides.
Yeah.
I said men with goals trying to be better, right? And they
Yeah.
date a woman that's of higher status. If it's significantly higher, like, and you're all about this lady, you're gonna get worn out for this woman trying to do for you, and you're gonna self-sabotage that relationship because you want to do for her because of the traditional roles, and you're not okay with women doing that much for you.
But host, we
And
talked earlier about
that's-
changing. We talked earlier about the game plan too as well. Change it based on your opponent. We talked about that too as
Our
well. We
significant other is
agreed
not
on
our
that.
point.
Yeah, get another
Our
woman?
significant other is not our
No,
point.
change the game plan based on who
Yeah.
you're with.
But I'm saying it's because they're most.
What is this person strong at?
But I call
Making
this,
money,
no, I call this self-sabotage.
being the breadwinner.
No,
There's
like-
nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong with that. No,
Let me finish, though.
exactly.
Let-
That's
let
the
me finish,
point.
I call it self-sabotage because the woman that makes all that money is completely okay with you and who you are because you have goals and you're slowly making your way to them. But a man is not okay with the timeline of him getting there, and he self-sabotages said relationship.
That sounds like ego.
It is.
It is
ego.
ego.
No, that is
Everyone
100%.
That's a fucking problem.
That is 100%
That is a
ego.
man. That's a problem with men.
That's a
And
problem with.
that is
Oh,
the
second, second.
psychological culture that we're
No,
trying
second,
to change
second.
between
That's-
men and women.
No, second. Don't you put that on men, and it is a lot of men. But that's a problem with men in general too as well.
A man that doesn't have.
But this is something that's been
a man
generational
that doesn't have
for
an ego
centuries.
problem with the woman taking care of him. In my mind, 80% of the time is a problem. Because I know men that just be like, "Oh, I'm in here. I'm just comfortable." When they start,
Oh no, I would never feel comfortable with that.
Man, ask about.
Nah, I know a lot of dudes like that too as well.
Yeah, ask about
I personally wouldn't feel comfortable with
ask a group of women how many men just tried to live off them. They all gonna be like, they all have some nigga that tried to live off them.
How many women? Hey, look, put it like this. Hold on a second. Put it like this.
Go ahead.
How many dudes have you known that dropped off a woman at her job while driving her car?
I don't have friends that are
and
bitch
drove
niggas.
off?
But
Is that from Baby Boy?
so here's
I know a lot. I know a lot. As far as her situation, I know a lot of dudes would be very comfortable
and so
that
here's-
make about $25,000 a year that would do anything she asks.
I know that too, right? And so
Let's not
man-
act like that doesn't
man,
exist.
look,
No, it definitely does
Look,
exist.
here's I'll say this, right? I got an anecdotal experience for you, right? So I got a friend. She's 34, divorced, right? And she was married to her husband for 10 years. They got a kid, right? They're from a different country. They're from Afghanistan, so it's a different kind of situation, right?
damn.
Her husband was a lawyer in Afghanistan. He moves here. He's not a lawyer in the States, right? She's a nurse over here. So now she's making more money than him, right? And so and she was okay with being the breadwinner. But here's what comes with, and this is the thing when we talk about subconscious and deeper level shit, is that men cannot tolerate disrespect in their household.
It's
Can you
bigger than disrespect.
no stop? Can you tolerate disrespect in your household? Could you tolerate disrespect?
Nah, disrespect. Hell no.
Can you tolerate disrespect?
No.
No, right? So
So how you go from making money to disrespect?
no, but let me say what I'm saying. What happened was she became the breadwinner, right? He was still working. He was working, right? But because she was the breadwinner, she no longer wanted to do the roles that they had laid out. So she comes home, she says, "Oh, why aren't the dishes washed?" He just got home too. Now this becomes an issue.
Yeah, I got that's
You- she comes home, looks at him.
Hey,
Oh,
man.
you didn't fold the laundry?
I'm cooking in my head. I'm
Because
hot.
this is what happens though.
But I need
is
this
that
'cause I
let me
don't remember shit.
I'll let you finish. I'll let you finish. But let me finish
I'm
my
gonna
point.
forget
Is that consciously you can say, "Oh yeah, it's fine, babe. I'll make the money. It's fine." Subconsciously, who you are 24/7, that subconscious, that reptile brain is gonna slip up, and then you're going to disrespect somebody. You're going to disrespect your man because inherently you feel like you are now the alpha because you are the provider. That's what happens. Manny, go ahead.
I'm sorry, I need a minute. I had to remember shit because I fucking take antidepressants. God damn it.
Damn.
So all right, here we go. With that, that's a horrible example, in my opinion.
I think it's a great example of
Because
what happens when a man's off his game.
Because they come from a very, 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 very traditional experience.
Yeah.
And then what happened was they came over here, and the woman in herself probably became Americanized, in my opinion.
Yeah, she was.
And it was like a whole role reversal thing. And then I had a whole other point on the other side. I had to get it out of there, but it's gone somewhere.
Sorry.
It went to
But-
it went to.
That's
it
why
went
you
to
need a legal pad.
Bridge.
But
No, I'm
and-
not writing the entire podcast, bro.
These are quick ideas. Quick ideas.
But
Jot it
like,
down, jot it down.
Yeah, your point is-
I think what was it? You said something that sparked had a whole, not even a whole thing. It's like a real good remark toward that. As far as oh no, what were you saying though? Just say what you said and let me talk.
I was saying, me.
Yeah.
I was just saying that at a certain point they end up getting divorced. She was being that while you can consciously believe something, you can consciously have a thought. Subconsciously, instinctually you are going to slip up, and you're not going to be the kind, nice, thoughtful, politically correct person that you want to be externally.
But that was an example was a couple that succumbed to Western culture, and it
All right, I would say Americanized Western culture.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
What do you mean when you say all this?
So like he
Culture
said
of
Afghanistan,
divorce.
right? We know
Well, talking to Mike.
Damn. I got to talk. All right.
Where them headphones at?
Turn my headphones up.
I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to be.
You already here. Come on.
All right, yeah, thank you. So, when I say westernized, you already know what that means. People who aren't from here, especially countries like Afghanistan, they're super traditional. And Nick is traditional, not like that by any means. He ain't close to that shit, but he's traditional. So, like, traditional, like, a man feels a certain type of way, and, about running things. And when they're like, we're going to move here, make a new life, all this stuff like that, I think he was on board for love purposes, and when he got here, and I think in that predicament in itself, that man's inner circle was like, hey, you gonna let that happen? You gonna let this happen? And I think it's just, no man goes from, hey, we're gonna move to America and do all these things, and then go back to getting upset about a bunch of stuff. In my opinion, yeah. It's open, push it. So I really had something really good to say before that, and I didn't have my notepad. Sorry.
Notepad next week. So,
Go ahead.
in all,
Just when it comes back up, you just gotta let me get in there because it's good.
notepad. You need notepad. Gender
told me it
roles.
was behind me.
Dev,
It wasn't.
what do you think about it?
Gender roles.
Yeah.
I think they're a necessity.
No matter who's making the money.
Well,
Let's say a
something
woman
that-
makes 140K,
That's
man's
a
making
part of
50K.
It's not gender roles anymore. It's roles.
It's gender roles.
I think there's a combination of the two, gender roles, and it's a conversation that needs to be had beforehand. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are the expectations going in as far as your relationship? So
Thank you, Dave,
And
for not riding the Amtrak that Nick's driving tonight.
no,
You did that
because
shit 2 weeks ago.
I'm about to hop on the Amtrak train right now, right? No.
Dev be staying with me.
Yo,
Hey, see if that ticket choo-choo.
but understand this, like Nick's the engineer of this shit, and I'm like the
conductor.
car in the back.
He in the back. This nigga in the back shoving coal like, I don't know where we going, but
Hey, look.
he gave
I
me
got
a
it.
ride. So
Y'all know that big ass key that connects the fucking cars? I'm standing at that motherfucker with Nick driving, and I'm like,
Linchpin.
and I'm like, disconnect.
I'd be like, free my nigga Trump. He'd be like, all right, that's enough of that.
Here it is. Go ahead, baby. I got it. I'll wait for the motherfucker to come back and pick me up on this one. So I get where Nick's coming from as far as gender roles and things like that. Yes, it's a conversation that needs to be had beforehand going in. But my question to all of this, right?
Yeah.
In a situation where a woman is making more, 150 and he's making 50, right? I will pose a question to any woman that's in that predicament, hypothetically speaking, whatever. Would you be okay with him fulfilling the gender role or the role of a man as far as being the head of the household and head of finances? If you're making 150 and he's making 50, are you okay with him handling the finances of the household?
No.
That's
the
the
problem.
question. If we're going to talk about roles, and if you're going in and saying that, hey, babe,
I'm
look,
not traditional as all of y'all. I'm less traditional than all of y'all.
I'm super traditional.
but I'm just
Traditional work.
posing a question.
Niggas die when they traditional.
I'm posing the question because if we're talking about certain roles and things like that, would any woman, you know what I'm saying, like realistically speaking, be okay with him making less, but having control of finances, having control of bills?
I dare say
Deb
yes.
just brought up an even better point
Respecting
right
him
here.
as a man.
No, I would say Deb brought up a better point. Who has the final say in the household? Would you prefer to be you or your wife?
So that's the thing. It should be a.
No, it's yes or no.
It's me.
No, this is
No, there's a combination where you talk about. There's
And that's-
also a final say.
It's
And
me.
exactly. And
Who-
see, and so to Nick's point, to your question, to answer your question, but also to Nick's point where he's talking about the disrespect, let's not act like that in a situation such as that, when a man is exercising the final say concerning something, that somewhere in that mind, the question to that person, that woman, could potentially be,
Let's go, Marcus.
why?
My
Why,
man.
where the sugar
why
mamas at?
you got the final say and I'm bringing home majority of the dough? Look, I think
never
we're
did
being
that.
no, I'm not saying you
No, no,
did
no,
that,
yeah.
but what I'm saying is I think it's very naive of us to think that the question doesn't arise at times for people.
All right.
And that's a level of comfort that a woman that's making that much has to put her. That's a level of submission.
Have y'all ever dated a woman that makes?
Oh, so we didn't answer the question though. Let's not turn that off.
What's the
All
question?
right, you done turn
The
my brain off again.
The final say. Do you want to have the final say in a
Yes.
relationship? Yes, or
Yes.
no?
If
Yes.
that is what's discussed,
That's
then
No.
it
Is it
should,
quick yes or no?
Yes,
Yes or no?
if that's no, but I'm saying if that's
Rico,
what's
yes or no?
discussed,
In regards to
And the final say
All
of
decisions.
decision in relationship.
No.
Yes or no?
You don't want the final say? Okay, Nico doesn't want the final say. You,
100%.
Manny?
Easily.
I want to educate decision between the both of us.
I want yes.
exactly, that's where I'm coming from.
I want yes.
No. Some
no,
things
no,
require, like this decisions that me and Jenny have made in 10 years. It's like, you know what? I'm sorry, babe. You're wrong.
It's
We're
an
going with
educate-
this.
It's
So-
an
Can
educated.
you admit if you were wrong between?
Oh,
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes,
Yes, you do.
Same,
Yes, you do.
and
When it
edu-
comes to when I'm like, no, I'm right about this. No, I'm fucking right. We're doing this.
Yeah.
I mean,
Exactly.
I mean, educated.
but you think that would fly if she's making 3 times as much as you?
Nah.
Yes.
No.
Nah,
Exactly.
Money is power.
That's what he's saying.
Money is power.
That's what Nick's
Whoever
saying.
makes the
And
money.
That's my point.
But-
the
I was about to
more-
say,
Here's
have
what-
y'all-
here's-
who in here
Look.
has dated a woman long
Look at
term?
Marcus again, bro. I'm sorry. I saw the first name. Hey, Mac, man, I apologize.
Oh shit!
That's Mac. You know, man. Hey, Mac, man, I saw the first name. Hey, I just kept it moving.
You just
I
said,
was
hey,
on
what's
mine. I
up,
was on mine.
Marcus?
I was on mine.
I honestly thought
I was on
Say, don't say
mine.
my
Hey,
government.
who in here?
Hey,
is
Mac,
da-
come back up too as well. Hit me up, man. Text me.
Who in here is made? Who in here was dated a woman that made significantly more than them for long term?
Nah.
What is long term? I consider long
might
term like a
ask
year
that.
and a half.
longer than a year.
Longer than a year.
So how'd that- how'd that go?
Talk to me.
It was cool because this was within the military, and so she was literally like 2-3 ranks higher than
My
me.
man.
Okay.
So literally, it was like it was an understanding based on the construct that we were in. It was just an inevitability. She was going to make more money.
Okay.
But it was okay up until there were certain discussions, certain arguments
Yeah.
that was had.
Like
And
what?
look, literally, like we were discussing something, and I shit you not, this is how this went down. She had come to visit me, and we were having a discussion about something. One of my coworkers' wives who bakes, cooks, and all this type of stuff, and I had mentioned something to her about, you know what I'm saying, like cooking something, preparing something, you know what I'm saying? And she cooks and she did all that, but it was me stating something about her cooking and to that effect, and it triggered her,
She blew up.
blew up. And you know what ended up happening? Because at this point, I was a staff sergeant, or was I staff? I might have been like on my way to staff.
Yeah, man.
You know what? She came. What came back to me? She was like, "Oh, I've never dated a man that had a roommate before." Like literally, like bro, she
Disrespect.
literally, bro, just started going ham, and I'm like, whoa.
Disrespect.
When I brought that to your attention about cooking, I wasn't trying to be disrespectful. I was just letting you know, like, hey, you know what I'm saying? This is what I like, boom, boom, boom. And I think y'all two would get along well together because
wasn't
y'all
older
both
than 32.
have similar interests. But bro, it immediately jumped into, oh, you're this rank, you're at this age, and I've never dealt with someone that had a roommate before.
Yep.
And I'm like, whoa. How did we get here? Everything was cool, but at some point,
Y'all break up over that?
no, that's not why we broke up. I'm saying it happened.
But that
How'd
happened.
y'all
And-
break up?
It was just a mutual decision. It was just we were
But
just
Okay,
that's-
kinda-
but-
there's always a triggering event that leads.
No.
to a
There
breakup.
literally wasn't a triggering
Y'all
event.
were, y'all were long
Yeah.
distance.
It somewhat.
Yeah, so that kinda
somewhat,
fall
and
apart.
that kind of played a role into it. And then plus it
You
was
said played a role. There's a triggering event that you just say you refuse
no.
to say.
There wasn't a triggering event that was like, oh, this is it. No, it was like, hey, look, we're kind of separate. I'm kind of, you know what I'm saying, over here. I got a lot going on with me. I understand that
So you're saying you're solely blaming this on the space.
Yeah, literally, it was like the space, and it was
Okay,
just,
you're
it
right
was an
there, like, it's
adult
kinda like that,
decision.
but it's that.
It was an adult decision between two people. It was like, hey,
I mean, I broke
we
up with
really
someone. I
appreciate.
broke up with someone who made more money than me, and we did a mutual decision off a what did we just say just now? I can't figure the time.
So, but that's a question I got for you, man. You said you dated the woman who made significantly more than you, right?
Yes.
Did you ever feel like you were disrespected in that relationship?
Not at all.
As a man?
Not at all.
Okay.
And there's another thing too as well. I'm gonna say, me and Jamie been married for 10 years. I've had final say in certain things. There's other things that she said. I was like, you know what, baby, you're right. But I never disrespected her when it came to me. Like, hey, baby, we're going this route. Hey, I'm putting the package. We're going to DC. Hey, she said, she came to me. She's like, hey, I want a third child. I put that off for a couple years. I was like, you know what? We'll make it happen.
Yeah.
So there's
Right.
certain compromises you make too
Absolutely.
as well.
And like,
True.
even then with
But
Compromise.
at the same time, it was no disrespect. Like, it was like, nah,
No.
fuck that. You're dumb as shit. You know
Yeah.
what the hell you talking about.
That's
I didn't walk in like an
that's
old girl
ridiculous.
and do any of that.
No,
I didn't do any of that.
I had to grow from that.
that's
I
nuts.
explained to her like, hey, I don't believe with this. This is why I don't believe in it. We should do this right here. I always
Yeah.
laid out everything the way it was.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, no,
Real,
I used to be that person you said you wasn't. Back when I was first like 3-4 years of my marriage, you know, a lot of Atlanta carried into my professional career.
Early.
So,
It
like,
was
back-
early too.
And like
Yeah.
that hot land is still in
yeah,
you.
so like and I had to grow, and I did grow. But you know, even in my growth didn't deteriorate my marriage because I was married significantly longer than my growth. And like I always be like, oh no, we're doing it this way. If you don't like it, you can kill yourself. Like that's
Very
a literal.
toxic energy type
Yes,
stuff.
yes.
Early on though.
Yes,
Like,
yes,
Hit
yeah.
that,
It's early on.
sensational.
Yeah.
You
Hit that sensation.
you asked my ex-wife. I said that shit to her,
yeah.
Sensational.
and like I did, but I got married young. I wasn't
Yeah.
young.
Yeah.
So
So,
like,
right.
This
Like-
is
and she didn't know what she was getting into because she
Not at
didn't.
all.
I didn't
We
grow.
never
I didn't
did.
grow up with that woman. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She just went home like, oh my god, this is where you come from. You know what I'm saying? So like,
yeah, man.
it's all about age, in my opinion, when you meet somebody, and it's kind of coming full circle to where Miko is, a grown, mature man. He knows what he wants. He's there. When it comes to me, when I went through my situation, I was young, I was immature, I didn't know what I want. I did get married, but I mean, I knew what I want. I did make a real good decision. I think we both did. We
Yeah,
weren't the
too
ones
young.
for each other because we grew apart. That's
Yeah.
the nicest way I can say it.
Yeah.
We grew apart, and it kind of, shit got cloudy. I think, So yeah, it was like, because we started grilling Miko, and I'm like, I want to come full circle and be like, he's okay. We're not gonna get
yeah, no,
in on that.
no, Miko ain't wrong.
So like, I have my opinion because I lived it, and I know what, and like, people. I mean, even then, you can be 30 something, know what you want, but like, when you go through marriage and shit don't go right, you really know what you want after that. You eliminate a lot of shit, and you haven't lived that life. And I'm not gonna tell you or anybody else how to pick a person.
And I'm not
Oh,
saying
say-
We just
real
want
quick,
you. We
real
just want
quick.
you to feel. We just want you to feel. We just want you to miss out on that feeling because you've been so long and not know where it came from.
Now, real quick, I want to raise. Hey, shout out to Mac, Sierra. Shout out to Sierra too as well, his wife. Made more than me, and we still split that last decision. I want some, she wants some. And honestly, it is what it is. Yeah. Also too as well. I was there. They're still married. I've been there since day one. They're still married too as well. Shout out to both of y'all. Shout out to you, Manny. Max said it's a tagline. Alive your hometown, carrying to my professional career.
Facts.
Quote of the night. Hashtag.
Facts.
And
So,
Pickett
yeah.
has grown so much. I've met him before.
That was you
and
said it, man. What are you talking about?
He's grown so much. Definitely. I'm proud of that. I'm
Oh.
proud of their marriage and their whole relationship.
Yeah, you've been there too, Miko.
Oh,
so
absolutely,
yeah, exactly.
absolutely.
I will ask you this, just out of curiosity.
Yeah.
Do you feel like after a certain number of years, you feel comfortable around each other to the point that marriage? No, it's like that marriage really isn't necessary.
Yes.
I
Well, no, I'm talking for his situation.
Ask him do they shit in the bathroom again. I'm not sitting outside.
I'm pretty sure at this point they've seen everything in each other.
Yeah.
there.
See, exactly.
No. No, there's some things that I don't look.
Oh, hold a second, man. They just
Shit.
crack the fucking walnut.
There are certain. I'm a certain way around, people and whatnot. Like I don't,
People, what are you talking about?
not people. Like I don't fart around her and stuff like that. Like that's just me.
You see, you don't fart around her?
Yeah, I don't.
4 or 5 years?
Damn.
Yeah.
This nigga ain't farted in 4 years, bro.
What you saying? 4
Nah,
years?
B,
5
nah,
years?
B. Nah, B.
Let it rip.
Hey, I just feel like this every morning I wake up. Hey, what's up, baby? Let one out. I put a blanket over top of it.
Nah, B.
Hear that Dutch oven?
That it's not her. It's not me. It's how I was raised around my parents and whatnot. It's just that's how I was. I
Fair enough.
do not do that shit. I
Bro,
just
let it rip like a
It's not. It's something that's not funny to me. Like flatulence
Matt.
is not funny to me. That's all. it is.
That's fine.
fart jokes. Okay, fair
I'm
enough.
not like fart jokes is just immature as fuck to me. I'm sorry. I'm not with that shit.
What about you? Are you sitting on the toilet? She walks in, brush your teeth, and walk out.
No.
Damn.
I literally go downstairs to
Shit.
yeah.
Damn.
After 5 years?
Damn. Hey, listen, man.
That's not her. It's me.
If that's how they work, that's how they work. I'll say this.
Fair. That's also fair too, as well. You said
That's how they work. But what because we mentioned it earlier, right? About like submission, about men making final decisions, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this is what I always lean back on my faith. And I lean back. I have to believe this, right? This is how
Podcast about to piss off a whole bunch of people.
this is what I believe, right?
And that's fine.
This is what I believe, right? I believe that we were created by God, right?
Okay.
And I believe that God created us, and He created us in a certain way to have complementary roles.
Mm-hmm.
Not only that, right? But He not only did He create us, if you believe that God created us, but that He gave us instructions on to how to be and how to live the best and most productive
Now,
life.
I understand what you're saying. What about those that aren't religious or
If
were
you're
raised
not-
in a Christian religion?
If you're not religious, then I don't know what to say to you, right? I'm gonna lean on my faith here as my explanation, right?
And there's nothing wrong with that.
Right, but so I'm gonna say if you look at how God has structured it, God has set up so that Christ is ahead of everything, man is ahead of the household, and the Bible says this. It says women submit to your men, submit to your husbands, and men love your wives as Christ loved the church. So you understand that your love towards your woman, the woman that you choose to be your wife, is unconditional.
Mm-hmm.
God loves the church regardless. Your love towards your woman is unconditional. But that is
Does the church still love God? It's a whole other conversation.
it's a whole nother conversation.
Might have gone Marcus in the man cave for that one.
That's a whole other conversation.
That's not a lesson in love conversation.
That's
Lesson in
definitely
love.
a whole ginormous conversation for another time.
But we have to look at it this way, and then I leaned on that biblical principle, but I'm also lean on this, right? If someone breaks into the house, who's there? Who's stopping it? You stopping it or Jenny stopping it?
If there's a mouse in the house,
If somebody breaks into your house,
if there's a spider in the corner,
if somebody breaks into your house, who's stopping it? You stopping it? Your girl stopping
I
it?
got the SKS ready.
You stopping it? Your girl stopping it?
Absolutely.
Right.
It's-
So
it's already, you already know who it is.
so you got to be willing to die for your
me, by
girl.
the way, because you know that.
You have to be willing to die for your woman. Your woman just has to be willing to listen to you.
And submit.
That's all.
No.
I don't mean it negatively.
No, not.
But it's also
submission.
different-
Submission
no,
is a choice.
It's a different side of that too as well. I'll put it like this: if a gunman walked to my house and put all 5 of my children, oh, I'm sorry, not 5 of my children, all 5 of us.
They got five.
It's like,
They
damn,
got 2
damn,
more.
I just gave it
Where
back.
the fuck did you come from? Yo, Jenny
All
must
5
be
of us
mad as
did.
shit.
What the fuck? She about to
Yo, she like, I only got 1, 2,
Hey,
3,
she about
go,
to kick the
5.
door in.
5.
Hey, look, I'll put like if I skip this long without knowing that, I lived a pretty good life. Honestly,
Damn, Jenny, don't kill him.
in the internet age, if I did that, man,
Jenny, don't kill him.
Hey, fathers in the 40s look at me like I'm the goat. But back to it though.
Yeah,
5 of us, my 3 children, Jenny, me, put us all on the knees. Say, hey, somebody's dying tonight. I'm killing one of y'all, and I'm walking out.
Yeah.
I'm raising the hand, like, hey,
Yeah,
It's me.
absolutely.
It's me because I'm not going to live my life without. I understand that.
Yeah.
They're going to go through that shit. But if someone had to die, well, yeah, I'm putting my head on it.
Absolutely.
And look,
As a protector and a provider of the family.
Look, and Marcus,
Facts.
Max said, we in new times, bro. Women being put in position of powers, so the traditional ways of the household have evolved. I'm gonna empower my wife to take both positions. And listen, man, that's your household. I'm not gonna tell no man. I can't tell no man how to run this household.
And also with Marcus here too as well. I've seen relationship. I've seen it evolve and grow. They have a good thing going with the both of them.
If y'all got a good thing going, y'all got a good thing going.
They're a little bit. I'll put like this, but the two of them are not. They're an anomaly.
Yeah.
They're a variant.
Yeah, what I'm saying is
Loki voice.
Yeah,
they are not the same as most people.
if it works for you, it works for
And
you.
it's a
right?
good thing though. That's a good thing.
But
variants are normal.
huh?
The variants.
They're normal.
No,
Also,
I
we ain't
don't
gonna do
think
all
so,
that.
man. I don't
No
think
spoilers here.
Look.
It's a variant.
No spoilers.
The
Exceptions.
TV is coming for you, Mac.
This is the problem with the age we live in is that we think exceptions to the rule disprove the rule. No, they prove the rule. There's always going to be
All day, baby.
exceptions. You have to work on what's going to work on a baseline of probabilities for you. For you have to. The thing is, people want to assume that they're special, and likewise assume that they're anomalies. Assume that oh, they can do some sort. You're average. You have something that you're above average at. We all have something that makes us special. But for most things, you're average.
To the public,
That's-
is average.
That's
to the
that's
few of them is
that's how. Look, if most people are average, just statistically, we're all average.
My marriage was a huge risk. That could have
what y'all
backfired
got.
completely.
What y'all got is special.
Yeah,
But it could have backfired 100%.
I think anybody.
They could have. I don't recommend anyone to do that.
Absolutely.
Not my kids, nobody.
What you have with
said
you
what?
and Jenny is special. That shit right there is special.
It's special, but it was a risk to take that
it was
special.
a risk.
But that's it was meant taking.
And if
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Man, he said anybody under 20, anybody under 25 getting married is a risk.
It depends.
No, it don't.
I mean, you said it's a risk? Oh, I'm sorry. I misheard you. Oh, sorry, I misheard
Being married
you.
at 40
yes,
is a
yes,
risk.
Yes,
You
yeah.
get married at the age of 25.
At 40?
At 40 is a risk.
You ain't really.
Yeah.
You're
Nah.
far more mature.
Yeah.
How old are you?
We talked about this.
He 34.
At 40? No, I was like, you get married at 40. At that point, I just.
man who dated. Never mind. I ain't gonna go
No,
there.
40? Nah, the 40 ain't too much of a risk.
It is a
Let's
risk.
get a prenup. You got assets.
You gotta be smarter.
Yeah.
You smarter.
It is a risk.
You might got a real one.
No matter how old you are, it is a
Nah.
risk.
What's the time on the podcast right
Listen,
now? We
that's
got
1:15?
yeah, we've been
An hour and
going
37
long.
minutes.
no,
we've been
after,
going-
but if we
are.
lost the first 15 minutes, so really maybe like an hour
but
20.
anyway, let's wrap it up here.
Yeah.
Any last thoughts?
Yeah, exactly. I'll cut that.
Any
that.
last
Cut that.
thoughts? We gonna start with Gold Couch, Ricky.
I guess. Oh, okay. I'm not used to going
Spotlight.
first on final thoughts. Hey, next time we do this, let's talk prenups.
Ooh, big one. All right.
Also, too, as well,
Damn it, man.
we probably pissed off a lot of people, which I'm fine with.
I hope not.
No,
I don't
I'm
care.
fine with pissing off a lot of people. Between his thoughts, my thoughts, man, hop on the Amtrak.
Hey, we big. This the trad side over here. We leading real traditional over here. Get me up, Ricky. Verify.
holding up there
He
for the
did.
longest time.
I was holding out there. He didn't want to do it.
Hey, honestly,
Team trad.
honestly, what we did tonight, and I hate to say it, but you laid down the railroad.
Me?
Laid down the road, yeah.
Oh, okay.
You said let's do a pod. I was like, well, fuck it, why not? Then everybody said let's do it too as well.
I didn't say that.
Man, he tried to go to sleep 45 minutes ago.
He was, but
You did say that.
also with this too as well, it's a lot of women that I know that would love to share their opinion
I'd love to have
on
him.
this forum too as well.
Absolutely.
Ooh, please
I would love
bring
to
him.
hear it.
I'd love to
I
talk.
have we amongst all of us we know hundreds that would love to weigh in. So
We got binders full of women.
yeah, binders.
All right, Miss
right.
Romney.
Then what era we pull you out of from?
See how Nick on the Amtrak?
Binders, yeah.
That Mormon mentality.
hey, we'll definitely include. It's gonna be lessons of love.
We need
You gotta
girls.
have multiple sides of the
Yeah,
conversation.
definitely 100%. Dev,
Yeah.
Dev, what you got?
This was unexpected. Obviously, because it was like spur of the moment. It's like, yo,
We just
hey,
did
let's
it.
just do it. Fuck it, we here. Let's do it. but it was cool. Like it was solid. It's like good feedback from folk that's listening. I mean, clearly we got something rocking. You know what I'm saying with the lessons in love. But I agree with Rick as far as we definitely need the other side to relationships or marriages as far as the women goes.
Bring the ladies.
I would venture to say that not just one. Like if we can line up like multiple,
Yeah.
that
Fresh
would-
and fit
you know what
style.
I'm saying? Like a fresh and fit style.
For that, I'll pull up multiple mics. We'll make
Yeah.
it happen.
And that's we'll talk about that later because I had like a whole for that. But
Fresh fit.
I
have-
definitely think to make like this lessons in love.
Oh,
as
is that
far-
my man Jenkins? Hey, hold a second. Hey, Jenkins. Hey, what's going on with you, baby? This man said prenups need to be an automatic process associated with marriage. Period.
Absolutely.
Great talk tonight, fellas.
Hey.
Hey, Jenkins. Hey,
That's
Jenkins.
next-
Hey,
that's the
hey,
next
Jenkins.
one.
Hey, hit me up right now on Facebook Messenger. Hit me up.
Shout out to JP Jenkins.
Hey, my man JP. That's my guy.
We definitely got to get the ladies' perspective on this because I feel like
I'm
the
good,
way we
baby.
was cooking
Aye,
these
hey, my man.
topics, the way we was
Beautiful
cooking
family,
these
by the way.
topics, man. I feel like the ladies would have had a lot.
Absolutely.
No,
And I would love to
they'd
hear it.
be great.
Yeah, and that's what we need to hear right there.
Facts.
So, future, you know what I'm saying? We already got the blueprint.
Sensational.
Make sure we need to make sure we
Hit
need
that button. Hit that top left.
I
to
got
enact
it.
man. But other than that, though, solid night, fellas. Miko, you got it, man.
Miko passed off.
And with this lessons in love, lessons is a educational, forefront in regards to what we're talking about, right? From relationships to marriage. I mean, like people are saying, it's a grill. We grilling Miko on this shit right here, but I don't feel the grill. I don't feel the pressure at all. I know what I'm gonna do. I know what we're gonna do. You know what I mean? And for that part, like I feel like this discussion is definitely necessary for well-educated black men to have. You know what I'm saying? From all spectrums of what type of
Absolutely.
relationships, and I appreciate that and I welcome that. And definitely, on the next one that we do of this, is like to hear the woman's perspective on like how their mentality is when it comes to marriage. and
Let's
whatnot.
do it.
I love it. I love that idea.
Hey, real quick, what do y'all think about the red light?
I'm fucking with it.
I love it.
Hey, speaking of all y'all that's still watching this real quick, what do y'all think about the red light view for this particular podcast relationship topic?
Let us know, Manny. Come.
You said you
come
don't
close
like
it up. You
Oh,
good?
man. He's being somebody got to do it.
Conscious objector.
I love
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
All right. I'll fin-
He got the heli on the Kaz couch, feeling good.
All right.
He on one.
Let me sprout out a little bit.
Yeah.
Hey, Nick, you hosting? What's
All
your
right,
red
Red
light?
light
let me close
district.
it.
Red light
Of
district.
course, Austin.
Let me close it.
You look like a
out.
bunch of swingers.
Let me.
Damn.
Hey, hold a second. I guess take one and no one, right?
Damn.
Hey, Mac, leave out the broom on base.
Everybody said something?
Yeah. You
Yeah.
got something to say? Yeah, close it out.
I have.
Come on.
Hey, my man Jenkins say, got a Sunday night slow jams vibe to it. There it is.
True. Real chill vibe.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's just
Little Anita.
definitely set this party all right.
Y'all-
She wasn't ready for the world. New edition to Missy Ripperton.
Would definitely set this party all right.
Yeah. Come on,
We about to
come
make
on.
Bada dee, bada
dee.
for her
That's
feet, bro. Yo, Pickett is a wild fool.
We need to make OnlyFans for whose feet?
I need
Is that
I need
Ursher?
stop it, bro.
Ursher.
What emotions
I don't even want to say
B?
shit no more. I forgot, man. Y'all know I got brain damage.
Hey, VA, y'all heard that?
Yeah, I do. So, nah, I'm not gonna say what I was gonna say. I'm not gonna do that.
That was it? You put the shades on and everything?
I had something that's real risky. I only trying to be shaky. You know what I
He
mean?
said real risky.
Real risky.
Ursha Raymond, everybody.
Ursher.
Hey,
Shout out to Manny Bucks.
shout out to Manny.
So my son texted me. He was like, "Yo, Dad."
That's my guy back there. All right, let me close up the show here. I'm gonna say this. I appreciate everyone's views tonight. Thanks, hey, thanks for doing this impromptu podcast. Everybody's sticking around for some extra time.
Mac, appreciate it.
Yeah, Rick, thanks for putting me on the host mic for some time. Get some time to understand.
You
No, he put me on the host. I wouldn't just sit here if I was sitting here.
Hey, I'm probably let's just love. I'm on this couch.
Yeah.
I'm on that seat. Or I'm over there
I want
on the casting couch.
I want to thank all the married men, the men in relationships, the men who've been through things, who've been divorced and are trying to figure it out again. Thanks for all your experiences. I'm a young guy. I've been a young guy. I'm still a young guy. And so I appreciate everything, even though we may disagree on some points in time. Either way, I'm going to lean on my Bible. I'm going to lean on my gender roles. And I'm going to say this, like Ricky say, one.
Till next time.